Hi everyone, welcome to Cloud Origin. In this video, we are going to see about Amazon EC2 instance. Okay, so this is my AWS management console. So this, if you want to search your EC2, just type EC2. So you will get the EC2 option. Just choose it. So this will be your EC2 dashboard. Okay, on this dashboard you will get all details about your instance, like how many running instance right now you have, and how many elastic IPs you have, and how many load balancer, and how many security group you have. These all the details you can get it from here. Okay, so as of now I don't have any running instance. I'm going to create a EC2 instance. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate you how to create an EC2 instance in AWS. Okay, let's go to instance and click launch instance. There are total 7 steps in the AWS EC2 creation. Okay, the first step is to choose your OS image. Okay, so these are the Amazon Linux. This is the AWS OS image, and if you want any other OS image like CentOS, Red Hat, Ubuntu, Windows, whatever you want, you can choose it from here itself. Okay, so this my AMI here, it is your the AMI snapshot which you create. Okay, so as of now I don't have. Okay, and in AWS marketplace, the third party uh, uh, products available here. Okay, so in the community AMI, the OS wise it is available. If you click Amazon Linux, or the Linux images will be displayed here. Okay, and if you want CentOS, the CentOS image will be available here. Okay, so as of now I'm going to choose the free tier eligible AWS image. Okay, and this is the page where you have to choose your instance type. Okay, so in the instance type, it has general purpose, compute optimized, GPU instance, memory optimized, and storage optimized. These are the types of instance. As per your business requirement, you can choose your instance type, and here the CPU and the memory details also available. So as per your requirement, you can choose the instance type. So as of now, I will choose the general purpose, which is free tier eligible. Okay. The next tab is so number of instance. If you want, you can enter the number of instance. So if you want 2 instance, you can enter 2 instance. So as of now I'm go again with 1 instance, and here you can choose your VPC. So as of now I'm going to choose the default VPC, and the subnet, which is I'm going to choose. If you want, you can choose the default one. Okay, and the auto assign public, which I have enabled that. Okay, then here the shutdown behavior, it should be stopped, because if you choose the terminate, then when you are going to stop your instance, then it will be directly terminate your instance. Okay, so keep the shutdown behavior as stop. Okay, and here the enable termination protection, just enable this. because it will be help you in production environment. Because unfortunately, if you click termination, it will not allow you to terminate. It will give a pop-up message. Okay. Otherwise, if you are not enabling this option, unfortunately, if you terminate, it will be become a big issue on your production environment, right? So just enable this. I will show this later. Okay, and just click add storage. In the storage part, there are three types: general purpose, proficient, uh, and magnetic. Okay, so the general purpose is the standard storage type. Proficient, it is very high price. Magnetic, it is very cheapest one. Okay, so I'm going to choose magnetic for this testing purpose. If you want to increase your root volume size, you can increase from here itself. If as of now default it is 8 GB. If you want to choose 100 GB, you can you mention 100. So as of now it is 8 GB is enough for me, so I'm going to enter 8 and click next. So here you can enter your name and value in the typing bot. So name, and it is demo instance. Okay, then click security group. In the security group, um, so demo security group. Okay, so this is the Linux instance. I'm going to connect this instance through the PuTTY through SSH. Okay, so for that I have allowed the SSH port. If you want to allow more ports like HTTP or HTTPS, then you can click add role and you can select those ports. Okay, and here if you want to uh, allow anywhere, then click anywhere. Otherwise you want to choose some custom IPs, then you can choose the custom and here you can enter the IP. Otherwise, if you want access from your IP, then click my IP. So as of now I'm going to click anywhere. Okay, so then review, and here it will ask whether you want to continue with the general purpose storage, otherwise you want to continue with magnetic. So I'm continue with magnetic and select next, then launch, and this is the page where you will get the keeper. So I'm going to create a new keeper. If you already have any keeper, you can select existing keeper and select the keeper and click I acknowledge. But as of now, I'm going to create a new keeper. Keeper name is demo. Okay, and download the keeper. Then launch the instance. Now your server is ready. Okay, it will take 2 to 3 minutes time. So on that time before the so you are going to connect your machine through PuTTY. So you have download the file which is in the PEM format, right? So you have to convert that PEM file into PPK file. So for that you have to download the PuttyGen and just open and load that PEM file. Okay, okay, using download tab. Okay, demo.pem, just open and save as private key. Okay, yes, demo.ppk. Okay, so when you click this instance, you will get the instance ID, public DNS and the public IP, okay, and the instance type and the security group, what are the inbound rules that you have allowed. These are the details you will get from here itself, and the VPC subnet details, everything is available from here. Okay, so and here the private IP also is there. Okay, so if you want the static IP, then you have to go to the elastic IP tab. Then here you have to click allocate new IP address. Okay, then click allocate, then you will get a static IP, that is elastic IP. After that you have to allocate that IP to this instance. Okay, so that IP will not change even if you reboot your instance, but this public IP will get changed if you are stop this instance. Otherwise, if you restart your this instance, this IP will get changed. Okay, this is the temporary IP. So I'm going to connect my instance. Okay, just copied this IP and I'm have opened the putty, just paste it here, and just open the ppk file which you have converted. Okay, demo.ppk, and open, and the username will be EC2 user. Okay, now my system is, my server is ready. Okay, and this is for the general information. So if you are going to select AWS AMI, then the username will be EC2 user. If you are selected Red Hat, then the username will be Red Hat, otherwise root. And if your OS image is CentOS, then the username will be CentOS, otherwise root. And the image is Ubuntu, then the username will be Ubuntu. And for a Windows operating system, the username will be administrator. Okay, so and here in the monitoring tab, you can see uh, the CPU utilization, disk reads, disk writes, network in, network out. These all the details you can check it from here. And if you want to enable CloudWatch alarm, so you can create it from here itself. Okay, so let me install Apache in my instance. Okay, so just a minute. Let me check the status of the service. Okay, so now the Apache service has been started. Let me check the status of the file Apache service. Okay, so my Apache service is running. Okay, let me go to my instance and I will copy my public IP and paste it in the browser. So my Apache page has been launched. Okay, so that's all about the EC2 instance. So if you like my video, like and share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.